So the way I see it, there are two types of people in the world. People who build a better life by stealing office supplies, and people who save money doing their own automotive repairs. I know what you're saying. There's more than just two types of people. And those might not even be real types of people. The point of the matter is, you can save a lot of money doing your own vehicle repairs. On Monday of this week, I was doing some errands, running around the city, and all of a sudden I heard this bad noise. And it started off like a gunk, 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 gunk on deceleration. CV joints. It got so bad, we were actually picking up some bees that we had flown in from Chile for our beehive. And it was so bad that I was leaving the airport, this cargo facility, and as I would slow down, it sounded like something was falling out. Long story short, I left my car there. I had to go get a trailer in my truck, haul it back, and I picked up some new CV axles. 2 of them. Now, YouTube is your friend. You're watching this, you probably agree with that. Doing vehicle repairs with YouTube's help is unbelievable. This isn't a how-to video, but I'm going to show you the steps, the simple steps required to put in new CV joints in a 2002 Honda Civic. I think if more people knew how easy it is to do your own vehicle repairs, I do truly believe more people try it out. You start by doing your own brakes, rotating out your summer winter tires, changing the oil, a lot of simple things. But when people hear something like, oh, a CV axle, I ordered these things in quickly, locally, 180 Canadian pesos for 2 CV axles. Also had to head to Crappy Tire and pick up a 32mm socket because I didn't have one.
And that's to loosen off the main axle nut.
So real quickly, I'll walk you through the steps. We're gonna take the wheels off. We're gonna loosen off the axle nut. Actually, we'll probably do that on the ground so that the tires don't rotate. Take the wheels off, take the brake caliper off, and it's essentially a matter of undoing the pinch bolts on your control arm, pulling the hub off of the spline of the CV axle, and then pulling the CV axle out of the transmission, putting it back. So it's currently 1:06 p.m. I'm going to see how long this takes, and then we can kind of get an equivalent. We're also going to call a shop to see how much they're going to charge for this, so I'll know how much I saved and what I'm paying myself per hour.
So on this axle nut, you kind of hit it once you install it. You hit it with a hammer and a punch to lock it down onto that key so it doesn't come loose. Get a little liquid wrench on there. Let that sit for a minute. There, that's how we'll get around. That'll open it up. Yes, it will.
Oh, smokeroni. All right, well that was loud. We got that thing cracked loose. Now we can go and take the wheels off, jack up the car. And I get this comment quite a bit. People say, yeah, but I don't have all those tools. The way that I've always approached this is that when I would do a project, a repair in my vehicles, generally I could go buy the tools, do it myself for less money than paying a mechanic. And at the end of that, you take it to a mechanic, you don't own those tools. You do this job. So even like a good old 1/2-inch impact wrench, and an air compressor for that matter. If you're gonna start doing your own work, you're gonna need some tools, but they will pay for themselves very quickly. Okay, so let's jack the car up. We'll take this off, and then that penetrating fluid probably was a wise move. Whenever I take my wheels off, if I'm doing anything in here, just put them underneath the car. That way, in case your jack ever failed, you have something better than nothing. I don't often say this when I'm doing vehicle repairs, but that was too easy. Like, actually, I just went underneath there with a screwdriver and pushed on it, and out she comes. Alright, slide the new one in. Obviously a good idea just to check that they look the same, but I did, and they both look the same. Now we'll slide this back. Alright, so a little bit of a snafu. I was thinking this was going to be a super quick project, like finish it up in one afternoon. That didn't happen. It's not my fault. I ordered the passenger side CV axle, and the one they sent me had the wrong spline on it. This is an external spline. The other one they gave me had an internal spline. I guess the one with the internal splines was a shaft with a hole in it. I guess that is for a automatic transmission. This happens to be a manual, so I had to wait for a couple of days, but we're gonna finish it up. I've got this other side taken apart. I'll show you kind of what we're dealing with here. This stuff it looks complicated, and to tell you the truth, I thought it was complicated. I'm like, oh, big job, CV axles. It sounds like a big job, but it's not that big of a job. Okay. There's where the CV axle goes into, and then it comes around, goes into your hub right here. Just like that. Let's get this thing finished up so we can get this car on the road. What a Jimmy Dandy. There's something so satisfying about fixing your own vehicle. All right, so we've got the wheels on, we torqued them, 80 foot-pounds. I'm gonna drive it around after like 100 clicks, 50 clicks, whatever. I'm gonna retorque them, but let's take a drive out on the road and see if we fix the problem. Just comes to life. One thing I will say is that this is an incredibly noisy car, so I'm gonna have to take it onto the blacktop so I can actually hear what's going on. But it is such a beautiful day. Little baby horses laying down over there. I think we fixed it.
Hello and welcome to Canadian Tire Strathmore. For auto service, press 2. For auto parts, press 3.
What would it cost to get, and I was talking to somebody and they said you should probably do both of them. Like the CV axles or something. Okay, right on. I'll talk this over and see what we want to do. Right on, thank you very much, I appreciate it. All right, bye. Kind of surprised, actually. $120 per part, and I paid, one was 80 something, one was 90 something. My total was, with tax, was like $193. And they were $540, and so that was with tax, so $567 minus $193. I saved myself $374. It took me 2 hours, less than 2 hours. Well, I guess if I went and got the parts, but let's just say 374 divided by 2 is equal to $187 an hour is what I made doing that job myself. In today's day and age, man, that's a good thing. So the point of this video, I'd really encourage you guys to maybe not be so timid. If you are, this stuff is not rocket science. Pay attention, and when I think about the fact that I saved $374, I had to buy, I didn't add in my socket. That was $11.99, so I made $180.75 an hour doing that repair. That's pretty substantial, not a difficult job, and I can tell you, the satisfaction that you get from doing your own vehicle repairs, it's incredible. It's like I am independent. When I was driving down the road there, I'm like, that noise that made me park my car and abandon it is gone. It's fixed, and I did that with my hands. Build a better life by stealing office supplies, or save money by fixing your own cars. Thanks for watching. Cheers.